Hi, I'm Matt Chapman, Giants third baseman, and you're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Table.
There.
Hi, Marissa. Long time no see.
I know. It's a few short hours. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you've had so many of these like condensed game schedules, and obviously a back-to-back this weekend. But having the 5 days off, like, what was that like for you guys to just kind of regroup? And how does it kind of change? Like, do you feel like people are more rested, and does that change like the minutes distribution or anything like that tonight?
I mean, minutes distribution, it always comes down to, again, like units, rhythm, if they're in foul trouble, if they get hit. Like, you have to, everything's going to be a judgment call once the game goes. But for sure, we got some rest. It actually was perfect timing heading into 5 games in 8 days. So having 5 days not completely off, but we took 2 days completely off, and whoever needed more rest got more rest, and then we kind of just made sure we got into rhythm because not playing for that amount of time, and you can't mimic a game with scrimmaging. I think we tried our best, but you know, we try to keep it light, obviously stay healthy, and we implemented a couple things that we could start using where, you know, teams haven't seen before. So that's kind of the fun part, like where I get to watch a ton of film and collaborate with my coaching staff, like, hey, would you guys want to try this, try this, try this? And so, yeah, we're all open-minded, and we implemented a couple things.
Hey, Natalie. Just curious with Veronica Burton. I know you talked a lot about how she should be MIP and her consistency over this course of this year. What are some of just kind of the consistent traits that you know you're going to get from Veronica game in, game out? I think, especially with the fact that she had to play sometimes almost like the whole game in the last couple games, I would say the word that comes to mind is unfazed. Like, the fact that I don't think it's easy for anyone to play almost a full game. It pushes a lot of responsibility, both offensively and defensively. So anything that we've been throwing at her, heavy minutes, different play calls, attacking different defenses, memorizing possessions, memorizing what rhythm is good with what post, remembering where the holes are on the defense. Like, anything I throw at her, she's pretty much unfazed. And you could see that. And you could see that now her teammates are completely like leaning on her on tough moments and leaning on her when we need change. So I think that's kind of been the special thing about V. Yeah.
You've played Washington 3 times already and beat them all 3 times, but each game you won by less than 5 points. What makes them so tough despite the results?
Their resilience. They're young. They play with a chip on their shoulder. They play together. I think they're well coached. I think they're well balanced. So yeah, with that type of characteristics, I think it's always a tough team to battle against. They could play fast, they could play a little bit slow, they can play inside, they can play outside. They have great individual talents, obviously, with Sony. She is a nightmare to go against defensively. She can score at all 3 levels. I think what is really unique about her being a rookie is that she's not scared of anything. And so you constantly have to give her a ton of attention. I think Austin's been playing well. She just had a 30-point game the other day. I think Kinky has developed into, a bright light for the team. Her toughness on the boards is tough to manage. And then, they've had changes too with Sykes being out. Now you have AC, you have a little bit of a veteran leadership who's stable. And then all of their guards, they play hard. Olsen, Jade, they play downhill. They play with a toughness that it's always hard to match. So they had a lot of good things. Yeah.
Hey, Natalie. I just wanted to get your opinion on having Bree Hall back on the roster. How do you feel about that?
Great. If you've talked to her, she's just a bright light. She's high energy. She's always about hit me with anything. So we showed her a bunch of film yesterday, and she was just her face was just all in it, and I'm like, can you memorize all this stuff? And she goes, yeah, sure. And she's just so positive. She's someone, as soon as you go into the locker room or room, you want to be around her because she has that great energy. But then again, her skill set, be able to stretch the floor for a 3, make quick decisions, and then guard whoever. She's a tough defender just in practice alone. She picked up the ball 94 feet. No one asked her to do it. but she just did it. So that just changes, obviously, like a rhythm quickly if you can just pick up full court, with her size. So, yeah, a lot of positives, when I hear Bree Hall. Yeah.
Natalie, over here.
Yep.
Can you address Tip's absence tonight?
Oh, she's sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then my follow-up question is, it's almost September. How quickly did this go? Like, does it feel like you can't believe that you're here and that you guys have put in all these games, or because of how quickly they've come, does it feel like it's been as long as it's been?
Yeah. I would say the best thing about this job is, my mentors just reminding me to just stay where my feet are, and just be present and not look too far ahead. I actually think that's kind of been a key to like our coaching staff, is that we don't talk about what could happen tomorrow or what could happen with other teams. We talk about us. We talk about what we can control. We talk about situations of how we can attack Washington on both ends, and we just stay present. And so that's the beauty, I think, of our staff and of our mindset, is that we stay here and we don't look past today. Like we have to win tonight. It is a must-win game. We are not in the playoffs yet. It is nothing secure. So with that type of, I think, focus, I think it keeps us there rather than we look ahead. Yep.
Hi, Natalie, over here.
Hi.
I want to get your perspective on Ileana and just her ability to stretch the floor. What has that meant for your offense?
More space. She doesn't hesitate. She pops spaces the floor. She smiles almost when she has a lot of space. Just her ability to do that. But then, like, if you close out on her tight, she can put it down on the ground. And what's really dangerous with Illy, like all of our players, is she's super selfless. So anytime she's going to draw two players or engage two, she's going to give it up. And so that's, I think, really key. That Illy always tells me, she's like, I want to play the right way, and when we're not playing the right way, I get frustrated. And I said, hey, I appreciate that, because I get this. I'm the same way. And so having that type of mindset and someone on the court to have that, because then she could obviously, remind the players, like, got to move the ball. We got to take quality shots. We call it now family shots. We got to take family shots today. And so, she's so versatile, and now she doesn't mind like playing, being super physical in the paint. So that's obviously credit to, her, getting roughed up a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, Coach.
Hello.
Just looking at how, like how Veronica has played the past couple weeks,
Yep.
like her ability to like space the floor and just like be like a playmaker. Do you feel like you can like open up the playbook and like let her like cook more, kind of like just like, I guess, like be more like flashy, because she's really been like a strong playmaker like in the past 2 weeks?
I think I just want her to be herself. So if that makes her, if she wants to be more flashy, she can do it. If she wants to score more, she could do it. But it's really just what the game gives her. She's all about just making the right reads. If they're going to put two on her, I would assume they would put two on her tonight, because she's playing really well. So we have to be prepared for that. So it's really what the defense kind of shows, is kind of how she attacks it. And that's what I love about V, is that she's ready to counter and ready to read and ready to either get her teammates to score, if that's the case, because they're putting two on her, or if they're just going single coverage, then she's going to obviously look to attack. So V just kind of reads the game. Flashiness, does flashy give you wins? Not really. So I think I want V to just be herself, and do whatever it takes to win, which she has been.
Natalie, I was curious, for you personally, what do you enjoy most about coaching in general, and then coaching this group specifically? What sort of things do you get out of it? Do you enjoy most?
Man, you're gonna make me cry. I actually have been reflecting a little bit about that, because I think we've made so many big strides in telling each other the truth lately. And I also told the group on the road trip that I'm so grateful to have players like them, because I could be myself. And I know, Morgan especially doesn't like me to say the MFer word, and how I am very, my dad just raised me on cuss words, because that's, I guess, and I asked my aunt why, and he said because he thought it was funny. And so that's the language that I speak, and I'm just really grateful to have a group that allows me to be myself. Every day I don't hold back. Every day I go at them. Every day I can tell them the truth of when they're messing up. And we've kind of been having really hard conversations, because to me, statistically, our defense has dropped. That's not how we need to be to win games. And so we've had a lot of tough film sessions over the last couple of days about truth-telling, and you see the improvement right away. So I'm just really grateful to have players that want to be coached hard. They don't take things personal, and they fight every single day. So yeah, as the season goes on, I'm just, very grateful. Yeah.
I had sort of a similar question, but about working with your coaching staff. And there's really this sense of like collectivity, I think, that's coming through in some of the things that you've said. And I'm curious, like, are there different personalities, different things people bring to it? Like, what makes that collective whole so successful?
I would say the biggest thing with my coaching staff is like they have the biggest hearts in terms of how they care about people in general, not just the players, but just the people in our whole organization. I think when you have big hearts and like you put the organization and team first, then there's more acceptance. There's more care. There's more authenticity, because they know regardless of how they perform or if they make a mistake, that our coaching staff will always be there for them. And I think that's key. I also think it's key that they give up a ton of their personal time to be there for our players, whether it's extra shooting or extra workouts or late texts or late film sessions. I mean, I text late too. And so just them being supportive of me. It's my first year. I am crazy. I love basketball. It's my passion, and I'll do whatever it takes to win. So for me personally, it's a great support system that I have, because we wouldn't be in this situation where we're in the running of, hopefully making playoffs without them. I don't do everything on my own. I sure don't talk to myself, during games. I sure don't talk to myself in meetings. They're a huge reason of why we are where we are today. And again, I don't know where we'd be without my staff. Yep. All right. Thanks, you guys.
All coaches are a little crazy, right?
Hi, Sharks analyst Brett Hedican for Bay Area Sports Wrap. Please give a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.